Hello everyone. The UPSC 2021 final results have been announced, and it's a great sense of relief to many aspirants. Of course, it comes with the baggage of emotions. Some of them are really happy because they were able to make it through, and some of them are not. So, firstly, I would like to congratulate all those who've made it this year. Salute to all your sincere efforts, dedication, perseverance, and patience. This is the time for you to celebrate. And for those who are not able to make it this time, and for all those who are appearing for this exam on June 5th, 2022, I would like to say that there are two reasons for you to celebrate. One is hope, the other one is opportunity. Hope that you have one more attempt to prove yourself and you'll be able to make it this time. And secondly, the opportunity. Grab this opportunity with both your hands and make sure that this year is your year, because for some of them this might be their last attempt. 2021 would have been their last attempt, but it is not so for you, right? So it's all about the way you look at things, isn't it? So in this video I'll be discussing about what should be your strategy in the last one crucial week, the do's and don'ts, and most importantly, how do you handle and how should you be handling the emotions, range of emotions, anxiety, fear, distractions. Overall, what I would like to emphasize here is I would like to make things very simple for you so that you can carry that positive frame of mind to the exam hall and give your best. That would be the motto of this video. Let me start off with a question here. So what is the difference between success and hard work? Because what I've seen is every sincere aspirant would be spending around minimum of 8 hours to 10 hours in their study throughout 6 months or 1 year for that matter. But not all these hardworking people would be able to succeed in the exam, though they might have revised Lakshmikant for 10 times, solved 50 odd papers. So what is the difference? The difference here is the mindset. The mindset is about how you look at the competition, how do you look at, how do you balance your emotions. Obviously, you must be going through a range of emotions, anxiety on how would the paper be this year, would it be difficult or easy, from where would the focus be on the static part or current affairs, will I be able to make it this year or not, or even probably you would not have performed well in the mock tests and or the previous test, and that might be haunting you, or probably your failure in the previous attempts might be haunting you, or scores of your friends and peers might be intimidating you. So these are something that is very common, and these are a range of emotions that every aspirant, every sincere aspirant who is preparing for this exam would go through it. And even fear of missing out, that is FOMO. All that you have to tell yourself is when I expand fear for that matter, it is nothing but false evidence appearing real. So it's all about how you look at things. And in fact, 2 to 3% of fear or anxiety is in fact important so that you are on your toes. Just like 2 to 3% of inflation is important for running the economy or good for the economy, similarly it is good for you to keep you on your toes. Just that make sure that 2 to 3% of your fear or anxiety does not become 30% or 50%. That is very important here. You need to understand that this exam is all about yourself. So instead of looking at external things like competition or even motivation or distractions, right? You have all that you have to do is focus on yourself and focus within you. That is more important here. Instead of focusing on your friends, your peers, your family, etc., etc., the focus should be within you and only within you, right? Because you have immense strength, immense energy within you, and you have to tap that energy, and you have to believe in yourself that you're going to do it this time. So this becomes more important here, and tell yourself that you're the only person who's going and giving the exam, and you're going to give the best. Just keep it very simple like this. And the other thing that I want to emphasize here is you need to enjoy this journey, you need to experience this journey. So how do you enjoy this journey? So obviously that's another tough question to answer. All that you have to do is you need to understand that life is much bigger than UPSC. UPSC is just a small marble in front of your life, which can be equated to an ocean. An ocean is a very open-ended system, many possibilities can happen, right? So that is what you need to understand. Your life is much bigger than UPSC. There are many things other than UPSC. There are many other emotions, your relationships, your family, your parents, friends who matter more compared to probably money, influence, power, even beauty for that matter, can all get faded one day, isn't it? So all that is important. So all these are trivial. So life is much bigger than UPSC. Other thing that you need to understand about this exam is it's all about identifying. Prelims is all about identifying because you have your 4 options and one of the either A, B, C, D is the answer, and the answer is right in front of you, and all that you have to do is you have to identify. I identify, and I know that it's easier to say that, but compared to mains and interview, believe me, that is much tougher because you have to write from the scratch, and you have to write every validation from reports to commissions to examples, etc. And even in the interview you'll have only few seconds to answer, but that is not the case with prelims. So that is how you have to look at prelims per se. I would say that 70% or 65 to 70% of your success in prelims is based on your knowledge, but remaining 30 to 35% of your success equally depends on your mental strength, your mental well-being, your confidence level, and the coolness and calmness that you can carry forward in that 4 crucial hours of the prelims exam. That becomes equally important, and you need to understand that you cannot complete the syllabus. See, there will be certain chunks of probably some part in ancient history, some part in medieval history, or some part in science and tech you will not be able to cover, or even some part in current affairs. So you don't have to bother about that in this 1 week, because what is important in this week is revision becomes very crucial. And even when you are revising, make sure that you prioritize things. The static subjects can be given more priority, like polity, geography and environment together plays a very important role. Then economics, history, science and tech, it can go in that order as well. And the previous year question papers, right? So that also plays a very important role, because once you start this 1 week, what you have to do is revision, and previous year question papers plays a very important role, because once you go through the previous year question papers, you will get more familiar and more comfortable with the language that is used. See, what happens in a coaching institute, to be very honest, is we try to set papers. So we know that you will be guessing or you will be trying this elimination method, and we'll make sure that it is on 1 notch on the tougher side. But that does not happen with UPSC. UPSC does not want to do that, right? We want to prepare you for the toughest and the worst scenario, but UPSC does not have any criteria as such, right? It is just a game of elimination for it. So what you have to do is, once you go through the previous year question papers, you will get more comfortable with the language, and on that day you will not, all this elimination method, all that will work on that day. That is what you need to believe in. Then the other important factor in this last 1 week is you have to set your biological clock according to the timelines of UPSC exam. That is, from 9:30 to 11:30 is your GS paper, and from 2:30 to 4:30 is your CSAT paper, isn't it? So when you're because what happens is you might be very efficient at 2 AM, 3 AM or 8 PM, right? But what is required for the exam is those 2 crucial hours of 9:30 to 11:30 and 2:30 to 4:30. That becomes very important, and your mind should be very active. Your 100% focus should be in those 2 hours. So that is how you have to train yourself, and you have to set your biological clock cycle accordingly. Your sleeping pattern should change accordingly, your eating habits should change accordingly, and most importantly, please take care of your health. That becomes very important, because this is not the time where you should lose out anything that is concerned with your health. Also, please don't neglect CSAT, right? Many engineers, for that matter, right, they think, okay, CSAT is pretty easy, or probably you don't have to prepare much, but still in this last week, what you can do is you can solve the previous 2-3 years or even 4-5 years ka paper in that time of, again, 2:30 to 4:30. So please don't neglect CSAT for that matter. And coming to the don'ts, right, please don't solve any mocks, any coaching institute ka mocks this in this last 1 week. Instead, you can focus on the previous year question papers, and please don't touch any new materials. It can be the best and the wonderful and the best material of any coaching institute for that matter. Please don't touch it right now in this at least last 1 week. Please don't disturb your mode of preparation now. And finally, please don't be harsh on yourself. Probably you would have lost a few days because of ill health, or probably you were not able to achieve as per your planning. Probably you had achieved your targeted 3 revisions, 4 revisions, but you were not able to do it, and probably you ended up with the 2 revisions. See, all that is very common, and it's common in the preparation. All that is required, as I've told you before also, it is the mindset that you take it forward, and you are in this 1 week, that becomes more important here. Clear? So please don't be harsh on yourself. Believe me, trust me, this range of emotions that you are going through right now is common to every aspirant. Even if you ask me to sit and prepare for this exam, even I would have been, or I would be going through the same range of emotions. I completely understand and empathize with you. From the last 10 years of mentoring students, from my experience that I've gained mentoring students, what I can tell you is my humble advice for you would be, it is your journey and it is you who's going to help yourself in this journey. And this exam does not require any superman or a superwoman to clear this exam. All that is required is you have to believe in yourself, trust in yourself, and believe me that you know more than what you think you do. All the best. Do well.